North Carolina's race for governor is set to become one of the most closely watched governor's races come November. Lieutenant Governor Mark Robinson is now the GOP winner for the state's gubernatorial race, and he's set to be able to face off against North Carolina Attorney General Josh Stein. He defeated several other Democratic candidates for the nomination, including former state Supreme Court Justice Michael Morgan. Queen City News anchor Robin Kennedy live at Stein's watch party tonight in Raleigh. So, Robin, I can hear the energy, but you tell me, what are you seeing the energy's like in the room tonight?
Yeah, Alicia, Josh Stein started out very positive, and he says that we are, quote, at a crossroads. He was making a clear distinction between he and his opponent, Republican Lieutenant Governor Mark Robinson. Now they are both in the race for governor of North Carolina for November. And in addition to talking about how they are at a crossroads, he hammered home the differences between he and Robinson. Tonight at 10:30, we'll talk about Stein's plans to reach unaffiliated voters, which will be very key in him beating Robinson in November. And we'll also talk about Stein's plans to grow the economy. I'm live in Raleigh. Robin Kennedy, Queen City News.
All right, Robin, well, about 70 miles west, Lieutenant Governor Mark Robinson also celebrated tonight's big win in Greensboro. Queen City News reporter Daniel Pierce live there. And Daniel, Robinson used his speech to rally those who didn't vote for him.
Yeah, he's really using the momentum that he has tonight to take him to November to become the next and the first black governor of the state of North Carolina. He spoke for about 10 minutes in his acceptance speech, using some of the time to address the ongoing criticism that he has faced for his controversial and at times conspiracy-based comments. The rest of the time, he spent it laying out his policies, which are incredibly similar to the backbone of the Republican Party. And that's what he's trying to use to gain that support, people that didn't vote for him. Education being the first thing that he talked about, and, quote, removing agendas from the classroom, increasing pay wages for educators, and making sure students have a firm foundation when they graduate and enter the workforce. He also spent a lot of time talking about the economy here in North Carolina. Tonight, in about 25 minutes, we're going to hear from him, play a portion of that, about why he says that he is different and able to relate to voters better than his challenger. Live in Greensboro, Daniel Pierce, Queen City News.